mourning for the Dallas Cowboys, as Stephen A. just said, but maybe we should give their opponent a little bit of credit.
Yeah, how about them Buffalo Bills, Zubin? They haven't won a playoff game since 1995. Since the year 2000, they've made the playoffs once. That was 2 years ago. But they have a 2-game wild card lead with 4 games left in their season at Dallas. And the only intriguing Thanksgiving Day game matchup coming in, they all, in the end, were kind of competitive and close. Cowboys, opening drive, the owner, the coach on the hot seat. What's the owner going to do? Says he's not going to fire him during this season. Jason Witten, opening drive touchdown. Only Dez has now caught more touchdown passes than Witten in Cowboy history. First opening drive passing touchdown since week 2 of last season for Prescott. So they're off to a good start. Boy, how good has Cole Beasley been? 3rd player all-time to score a touchdown for and against the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Dwayne Thomas, Mike Renfro, the others were tied at 7. Opportunistic football by the Bills. Don't turn it over and get a couple takeaways. Strip sack by Ed Oliver. Ball recovered by Trent Murphy. This is really a cool play here. It's 4th and 1. Allen drops it, digs it out of the pile, and then gets the first down.
Wow.
Really cool. This is smarts, composure, of course, toughness. The physical attributes that he has just never stops. Yes! Getting his team pumped up on the road. Meanwhile, Jason Garrett not clapping. Double reverse and a pass. John Brown, the receiver. Devin Singletary, the running back who becomes a receiver. Cowboys owner's box, no reaction. Bills take a 13-7 lead. Extra point was missed. They kick a field goal to make it 16-7. Third quarter action now. Shaq, sack. 3rd and 14 now. False start. Now eventually we're going to try a 47-yard field goal, and that is absolutely shoved to the right.
Ugh.
Jason Garrett, this is not going well. Now back come the Bills. Still only a 9-point game. Here's Allen, steps up, fakes the throw, running, and he is in the end zone. 231 passing yards, no turnovers, 1 touchdown pass, 43 rushing yards. 23-7. Cowboys need one. Prescott to Michael Gallup, initially ruled a touchdown. Reviewed, did he get 2 feet down? 1, and there's no drag with that left. Can't drag the same foot. So now the Cowboys face a 4th and goal. Remember against New England, there was some controversy not going for it late here. Do you kick it and make it a 13-point game? Well, they try to score a touchdown. I'm not sure even if that play is completed that Elliott's not tackled before he gets there. Bills were out there in a pretty good position. There's the owner again. We'll hear from him about his job status after this highlight. Yep, here we go, doing the DAC. It's Thanksgiving. Eat up. Josh Allen plays well. The Bills eating on Thanksgiving. And look at this. They're 9-3 this year, which is tied for the Ravens for the 2nd most wins in the conference. Unfortunately, of course, Buffalo, 10-win Patriots in their own division. They play at New England 2 weeks. They also play Baltimore a week from Sunday. So they got a couple of tough games on the way. But again, the Bills are virtually a lock to make the playoffs. 95% chance according to FPI. And again, that 5 seed looks pretty good for them. Another good game for Josh Allen.
We were trying to get to number 9. That's the only thing that was on our mind. We wanted to come out here and execute and play like we knew we can play. And we've done a good job of finding wins in our schedule. And whatever people want to say, they can say. I love our teammates, I love our team, and I love what we got going on right now.
Would you call this a signature win? I mean, people are calling it a signature win. Where do you feel you are after
just number 9?
12 games here? I mean, it's just, is it that simple?
Just number 9, yeah.
Allen joins Newton, Vick, and McNair, multiple 8 rushing touchdown seasons. The Bills are the 5th winning team the Cowboys have faced this season. It's the 5th time they've lost the game. 0-5 against teams with a winning record this year, 6-1 against teams at 500 or below. Dallas scoring half as many points against winning clubs, and their turnover differential is -9. Jerry Jones on Jason Garrett's job status.
Jerry, you've been very vocal and supportive of Jason over the years, and very harsh in criticism this week. Where do you stand now on the job security of Jason Garrett?
Well, I'm saying here, I know Jason very well. I've had a wonderful opportunity to spend a football life with him, so I know him very well. And you know, without a doubt, you've seen it, nobody wants Jason, wants it to go. And I'm going to tell you this right now, he's got my back too. That's all I'm saying. This is not the time. For me, I'm looking ahead at another ball game, and I'm looking ahead at winning 4 or 5 straight, and helping write a story that they'll talk about how it looked like you were down and out and got it done. And I mean that. I mean that. That's the way that I'm operating. Every decision that I make over the next month will be with an eye in mind to get us in the Super Bowl now. And I would normally say you're really smoking something. I normally would say that. But I know the room, and I see the room. And I'm the one that okayed and put the coaches that are in that room in there.
Do you believe you and your staff have the trust and faith of your players after what's transpired?
Oh, absolutely. Our guys come to work. Our guys, we have a fantastic group of guys, and they do things the right way each day, and unfortunately we didn't get the job done today.
Right now, we're pissed off. We know what type of team we have, and we haven't put that on the foot at all this year. So we're pissed off.
Zeke said the locker room was pissed off afterwards. Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah, for sure. All of those words, for sure.
We heard a lot of screaming and hollering in the locker room. Just talk about the emotions in the locker room after the game and what the guys were feeling.
Yeah, emotional locker room. Just an exchange of words about us sticking together. Anything and everything outside of that locker room doesn't matter. And I wouldn't want to be in this position with anybody else except those men. And so confident in what we're going to do.
With all due respect, just as a devil's advocate, why hasn't that happened yet? I mean,
it will happen.
And honestly, with everything swirling around this Cowboys team, we could chat with Ed Werder for an hour and a half, but let's try to do it a bit quicker here. First things first, the scene in and around the locker room and what was said after the game.
Well, I think the first thing you have to recognize is circumstances. The Cowboys, Zubin, continue to play poorly. Dak Prescott, 2 more turnovers. The defense created no takeaways for the 4th consecutive game. Brett Maher missed 2 more field goal attempts. And despite that, in the locker room after the game, Dak Prescott said no belief or confidence has been lost. He described Jason Garrett as someone who approaches every day with the right mentality. He noted that they're going to have a share of the first place in the NFC East going into Week 14, regardless of what the Eagles do on Sunday against the Dolphins. But before the doors closed and the players were in the locker room, someone was overheard shouting, "We're better than this." And Prescott said it was an exchange of words among players that placed an emphasis on sticking together. He said he knows the character of his teammates and wouldn't want to be in this predicament with anybody else. And Zubin, when he was asked what makes him believe that this can all still happen, that they can achieve their goals, Prescott simply said without pause, "It will happen."
And that's why I want to pay a guy like that. Yeah, he's had some great performances, but his leadership has just been incredible from day one. And before I let you go, the ultimate leader of the team at this moment, for now, give me the up-to-date status report on Jason Garrett.
Well, you know, there's one other time in Jason Garrett's 9 seasons as a head coach of the Cowboys that his team lost 2 home games by double digits, as they have this season, and recovered to make the playoffs. That was in 2014. And Jerry Jones, after the game, assured that Garrett will remain the head coach with the opportunity to duplicate the achievement this season. It was certainly unusual to see Jerry Jones enter the locker room before the game ended. A horrendous loss to a Bills team that was far superior and scored 26 consecutive points. But Jones said that when the players and coaches arrived, that what followed was a very emotional scene. Jones spoke to the team, as did other players he described as having earned the right to do so. That did include Prescott. And Jones said, Zubin, he's not going to fire Garrett before the end of the season because he believes doing so would be counterproductive to his goal, which is winning out, taking the NFC East title, having a home playoff game. Jones said that in his estimation, the Cowboys have 0 chance to do that were they to make a coaching change at this point in the season.
So that's short-term stability, if there is such a thing in the NFL. It's going to be a long week off the field for sure for the Cowboys, but on the field, not so much. They got the Bears next Thursday night. That's Ed Werder. The boys have dropped 2 games in 5 days.
Even with the loss, the Cowboys still the FPI favorite to win the division. But the Eagles, obviously, a great chance to make things interesting. This all could come down to Week 16 in Philly. Cowboys are the only team 500 or better the Eagles have left on their schedule. Philly has the easiest remaining schedule in the NFL, according to FPI. You see the Cowboys schedule there as well. Home Rams, that could be a big one for both of those teams.
How big is Week 16 going to be, too, huh?
Coming up, Rob Ninkovich stopped